Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to test 12.5.4 for a Jollibee drive. It's gonna be a 10-minute drive, 1.7 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so FSD is able to move from a double parked state, not really double parked, but parked by a driveway. Okay, all right. Okay, so it stopped.
Now turn left onto Grand Avenue.
Although I have to say though, FSD kind of stopped pretty bit late. I would have stopped earlier than that, but still it's good that FSD stopped. Okay, now we have a green light. So I'm gonna press the accelerator here. I used the horn because there was a lady who was
Now turn right onto Loon St.
who was walking, but I don't see her looking at me, and I thought that she was just walking even though it's the car's green light is on. Now we have a green light here. Okay, so sometimes this left turn to Queens Boulevard is a bit challenging.
Now turn left onto Queens Boulevard.
And I'm seeing we have a long line of cars on the opposite traffic. So let's see. Okay, I think FSD should just give way here at this point. And then, okay, good. Advance and then slow down just a little bit. And now we keep on advancing. Okay, good. So let's see. Okay, so now, so FSD is using now the outer lanes this time. So I think this is gonna be a quick drive, guys. Once you're here, it's just a straight. So interesting turn of events here. Now we have a green light. Okay, so I am looking at this nav here. FSD thinks that we're still on the... Oh snap. Okay, so we this is the first time FSD ran through a pole. Good thing that was like a flexible one. FSD thinks we're on the inner lanes instead of the outer. So that is interesting. And yeah, if you look, 0.1 miles make a bare right, but we're already at the bare right.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Which we already are on this outer lane. Alright, so we are going up ahead.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Okay, we did already. So this is a case of GPS not very accurate at the moment. Okay, so good decision here because up ahead there's a car on hazard that is double parked. So we are crossing a green here, and FSD is adjusting to merging SUVs because of what I mentioned of a double parked car here on the right. I do think we're going to make a lane change soon. It's just a matter of time now. Oh, interesting. So it is going to make a right on 65th place, not on the 69th Avenue right up ahead. Okay, so that's why it's staying here. Okay, good. We are crossing now, and we continue straight.
In 500 feet, turn right onto 65th place. Now turn right onto 65th place.
Okay, good. So FSD didn't freeze when it saw that SUV trying to merge. So I think that's good behavior. Alright, so we are making a right here. Good slowdown for the pedestrian. And now it will execute the turn. Good. Okay, now we have a green.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Roosevelt Avenue.
Okay, so I have to be honest, I'm learning different routes now from FSD. So I'll be keeping this in mind.
Now turn left onto Roosevelt Avenue.
Alright, we have a green, and let's see how it will make a left. Okay. Alright, okay, so that's an assertive move, alright.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
I'll take that because it had enough space as long as it turns with enough speed. Okay, good. Alright, I like that adjustment. And we are now here. And it's slowing down.
Now your destination is on the right.
Okay, so I'm going to end the trip and give my takeaways. Now, let me just drive quite a bit here. So I'm just gonna make a turn. Alright, so let me just give my takeaways. So we started off from a double parked state, and so FSD was able to, well, hold on, let me correct. It was not a double parked state. I kind of parked awkwardly on a driveway, and FSD was able to get out of the spot, which is good. It made a left turn to Grand Avenue, but I honked because on the green light there was a lady who was walking and it doesn't look like she will stop. So I honked there, and then FSD turned, and then also it slowed down for pedestrians before that actually, but it slowed down a bit later. But I would have slowed down even earlier, and it made, after that left turn on green to Grand Avenue, it made a right to Van Loon, and interestingly enough, it crossed the Queens Blvd. It made a left turn to the outer lanes already. So once you hit that, from FSD's standpoint, it gets the drive to an easier difficulty. So once we were on the outer lanes, the thing is though, I noticed that the nav didn't update that we were on the outer lanes. It's still showing that we were on the center lanes, and when you notice the GPS instruction, it says to bear right, but we were already at the bear right position. So we went straight ahead, and FSD was able to adjust. There was a car that was double parked on hazard, and it went to the left lane. And since FSD was going to make a right to 65th place, then it stayed on the left lane until 65th place was closed. And so we went right to 65th place, but after adjusting to pedestrian, and then we went straight and then made a left to Roosevelt Avenue. And actually the turn towards Roosevelt was, I do think, an assertive one, because it saw enough space because the incoming car was a bit slow, and when it made a left it maintained enough speed, so I think that was good. And then also it went straight ahead and adjusted to a car that I think turning right, it just veered off to the left side for a little bit and then arrived at Jollibee. So by the way, before I end, I just want to comment, it was the first time also earlier that when FSD was adjusting after crossing a green light that was close to 65th place, it followed the car that kind of veered to the left and went to the leftmost lane. But the thing is, the car actually right up ahead ran through the flexible white poles, and so FSD didn't realize that up until it was in front of it, and FSD just went forward. So that's the first time that I'm seeing some divider encounters that it went through it, but I think it didn't register as a divider because it was laying down right before it happened. So just want to point that out as well. So those are all my takeaways for the Jollibee test. It was a quick drive because we were on the outer lanes. Now, if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.